This is the International Monetary Fund website. I use it predominantly for the World Economic Outlook databases. Those can be found under the tab that says Data and Statistics. And there is a link to the World Economic Outlook databases about halfway down the page. If we click here, and there we see a list of the databases, and I always pick the latest one. So now I can search for data on individual countries or by individual countries. What it does here is it conveniently groups geographically and economically different countries. So I'm just going to look for information on the G7. Click on that, and I can deselect some countries if I'm not interested in them, but I'll leave them all ticked. So I'm going to be searching for economic data on the G7. Click on continue, and then I get a list of the sort of data that's available to me. And availability 7 out of 7. So for the top one, gross domestic product at constant prices, out of the 7 countries that I've picked, 7 sets of data are available. So if any data wasn't available for one of those countries, that would say 6 out of 7. So what I have to do now is just pick the data that I want for the G7. So I'll just have those two, and we have inflation, monetary data too. I also have information on trade there. I'll pick a couple of those. On the labour market, and also on government finance. And right down the bottom, I've got some information there on the balance of payments. I'll just pick one of those. So once we're happy with the data that we are going to collect, we click on continue again, and it says when do you want the information from. So we can go back a little further, so I'll pick 2007, and of course some of these dates are going to be predictions, because as I'm looking at this in 2012, some of the data of course is going to be a forecast. So I leave the rest because that's just asking me how I want the data presented. Click on prepare report, and I get lots of information presented for me. That can be a little unwieldy, so what I do is I click on download there, and that will download all the information for me in an Excel format. So there's all the data that I selected on the G7. So that's just a very quick demonstration on how you can use the World Economic Outlook database. So it's nice and easy to use, it's free to use, and it's available through the International Monetary Fund website.